Hey guys, welcome to another vlog. This vlog is going to contain some final shop prep leading up to a shop update and then the shop update itself. At least the first day or two. It's currently Thursday and the shop update is happening on Sunday. And I have a lot left to do. I'm kind of forcing myself to get it all done in a short time frame because we have some family coming to visit and I would like all the orders to be packed, or at least most of them to be packed, before family gets here. Plus, the shop update's just been pushed back and back and back. I need to get this stuff out. So all the products are officially here, other than the coloring books that got lost, and they'll have to be reprinted or something, pending an investigation. But other than that, everything is here. I'm waiting on one thing, which is not a product, but the packing tape I use on my boxes. I still have lots of the stationery tape, but I ordered a FROGGIE tape for the FROGGIE collection. So that might actually be delivered today. So that's exciting. It's about 11 a.m. currently. I just spent some time at the computer. I was like writing out some like a concept for a future sponsored video. I was like sending that off to the company, and then I realized I never uploaded the vlog because it's edited and I have a thumbnail, but I never uploaded it to YouTube. And that should have gone up at like 9 a.m. So it's a couple hours late. And I used to upload at 10 a.m. until recently I started posting it an hour earlier. So based on the old timeline, it's only an hour late. Now, I'm slightly behind on my timeline for like what I wrote out on my schedule, but Thursday I actually left blank. That's today. I left it blank, and praise be, because I fell behind on my other tasks. So I have all the product photography done, but I haven't edited the photos yet. So I want to do that today, and also just start like creating listings, build out a product spreadsheet. And then the plan for tomorrow is to build bundles. Friday's usually a game stream day, but we got to do shop prep instead. So yeah, I'll stream building out the bundles. And depending how long that takes, I could also get to some enamel pins. Enamel pins are a big job, which does not have a spot in the schedule. It's just like squeeze it in wherever you can. Quality check more pins. Actually, I might have to start with some of that today because Christian's been pinning the pins to their backing cards and sleeving them, and he's almost caught up to me. So I might go through some of the Lunamoth pins because those are really quick for me to quality check because they're less problematic compared to some of the other ones. So I could get through those quickly to give him more pins. So yeah, actually, I should start with that. Yes, the nails are still nasty and hair dye stained. Please excuse. Now, I have a shipment update for you. Not the coloring book shipment, but when I told you about that, I mentioned how I had a Madeira shipment also go missing. And I had chatted with their support team just via chat, and they were going to look into it because UPS said they did 3 delivery attempts, but my cameras show that they did not come by at all on those days. And I never did hear back from Madeira either, but then I got an order confirmation and then like a prompt to pay customs, and now I have an estimated delivery date of tomorrow. So they've seemingly resent the order, but I didn't know they were doing that, so I had ordered that thread from Canso instead, which takes a while because they have to special order it in, and they also charge more for the thread, which is why I usually don't order from them and I just go with Madeira. But yeah, I just ordered the thread I needed from Canso instead, and then now Madeira actually did end up resending the order, so I'll have that thread twice. Maybe I should have held off, but we were kind of at like critical levels with our yellow thread because it's the yellow we use for all like the zips and Halloween cat stuff and even some other designs. So like I really needed it, so I just placed the Canso order because when I was chatting with Madeira, they didn't seem too keen on replacing it, but it turns out they did, so okay. We'll have more of that thread, which is not a problem. Other than that, I'm considering discontinuing that thread and going with a thicker thread, but I haven't tested out the thicker thread yet, so I don't know if I will make that change or not. That's the thickness difference, the pink being the new one. But this new thread has 2 varieties. There's the regular Burmilana, which is 50% wool, and it is very hairy. Then they have a cotton line, which has fewer colors. The CO is for cotton. It's literally just these 2 pages here for those colors, so kind of limited. But I don't need too many different colors. As long as I'm happy with the ones they offer, I guess, then we're good. But I wonder if a cotton thread would be better for a cotton shirt, because they're both cotton and they can kind of flex together. Like if the cotton shrinks a little bit or something, maybe that would be better. I don't know. So the colors I ordered are all cotton ones specifically, not the wool ones. The wool ones have 5 pages of colors. I mean, I could steal some from over here if I really want to. Like that's a good classic pink, and so is this, but the cotton doesn't quite have that. I love this pink. That's the one I ordered, but it's a little muted. Meanwhile, this one's neon, and then it just goes straight to like fuchsia. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna do some playing around with that in the future. I just feel like the embroidery's been kind of neglected, and I haven't made new designs in a while, so I'll spend my summer playing around with that. I got through all remaining pink Lunas. There they are. These are the A grades. There are not many B grades. It was a pretty good ratio throughout. And now I'm going to pack some orders. I'm not going to film it because we're going to save the order packing filming for once the shop update happens. But just need to get a few orders out since today's one of our mail pickup days. Okay, I only had to pack 2 orders because the rest that came in have holds on them, which makes sense because the shop update's just in a few days. So that was a quick job. The Froggie tape is here. I ordered 10 rolls because I'm scared 5 won't be enough, but 10 is definitely too much. But that's okay because this can extend throughout the summer. We'll just continue using it. So it's a little similar to one of the washi tape designs, but not quite the same. This is the stationery tape, which is still my favorite, but we'll put it on pause for now. We'll use this. And then I don't know if I'll have something for Halloween or not. I do typically have Halloween cats, but I don't have any of that tape right now. Maybe I'll skip an autumn tape and just do a bee tape for bee collection. And now it's time to edit all these photos. I mean, not all of these. I'll pick the best take of each angle and then edit those. I try to do 2 to 3 photos per product, although for things like the stickers, it might just be 1 picture. Oh yeah, I just got my deposit from the bread price fixing scheme. $49.11. Woohoo! It was a class action lawsuit that I joined in on, so this was the settlement for it. So woohoo! Think of all the bread I could buy with $49, because it's $3 a loaf for the baked in store bread. Oh yeah, baby. I was just doing a Pokemon battle because I've been waiting for my pictures to export. They're still going right now. You'll see flashes of it across the screen. Wah! They're exporting one by one. Usually I name all the files properly, but it's so much easier to just batch export. And I could have renamed the layers before exporting, but I didn't. So it's like Froggie layer 85, Froggie layer 84, whatever. I have about 95 photos so far anyway. But the pictures are looking good. Might have to make some tweaks. Sometimes I see something like once all the files are next to each other. And like this blue might be a little too saturated in a couple pictures. I might desaturate it a bit. Things like that. The paint froggies were so quick to color correct because they all have a white background. So I could just use the eyedropper tool and select the white areas, you know. A little more work on Froggie Chaos. Just trying to get the right color balance. Like, do the yellows look too warm or what? I don't know. I probably don't have perfect consistency between photos, but they're looking good. And look at the bookmark. The bookmark ones always look really good. This one surprised me how much I like it because I thought this would be the main photo. Oh wait, I'm trying to scroll sideways. I thought this would be the main photo for the bookmark, and maybe it still will be because there's a more obvious book. I mean, this is pretty obvious, I think. Like, if someone did a quick glance, would they realize that's a book? I don't know. But the colors are just too good. And then, yeah, this one. They're still exporting, so there's more to come, but yay, photos are done. It's now Friday. I was pricing out the bundles and the journals, anything that I haven't sold before in my shop. And then I also realized I did not take pictures of the Sport Gray because 4XL, 5XL, for the Froggie zips are on this color because the blue only goes up to 3XL. So I need to take pictures. And this is what it looks like. It's actually quite cute. It's the same blank I use for the pastel florals zips. I'm now trying to quickly get through some pins. I chose Bunkin because they are really well done and quick to quality check. Just trying to get Christian more pins in addition to the Lunas that I prepped yesterday, just so he has some stuff to work on, because I'm going to be building bundles during the live stream and then hopefully get to more of the pins after the live stream. Depends how long it takes for me to build the bundles. I want to do 200 of each bundle, and there are 2 bundles, so that's a lot to pack. And I did not get to making the listings yesterday because I spent time on the pins. It kind of pushed me back, but you know, did get those photos done, which is great. So probably do the listings tomorrow, which is the day before launch. I think I did leave tomorrow mostly open in terms of to-dos. I wrote down to set up the secondary packing station, but that's about it. So I want to clear off this table completely, other than maybe the monitor in the corner so I can read chat during the stream. The kitty bed might have to go, Kiki. Yeah. I just want a lot of space to lay out a bunch of bundles. And I possibly need to clear off some space here to put the bundle supplies, or I guess I could steal the folding table from over here. It's still got some photography props. I kept the props out in case I needed to redo any photos, but I could set this all aside and use this table if it'll fit over there. Then I can lay out the product. The baby has been transferred. First I put her on that table and then I cleared some space here for her. Just picked up the whole bed. Now over here, I'm thinking I'll just push everything back because I can't reach all the way to the back of the table anyway. I thought maybe I'd pull it forward and go around all sides, but that seems kind of pointless. And I can't lean too far forward because I'm going to kill my back. I took down the camera so that I won't bump my head, but now I don't have the ring light. And I'm wondering if I should move this stuff off here just because it's casting a shadow. We're relying heavily on the natural light for this live stream. Okay, it's cleared off. I do have to keep the monitor there, but that looks better. Did I just whip up this stream border? Yes, I did. Did I have time? No. But it just spruces things up a bit and covers some of the blinding light from the window. So the stream's been going well. At first I was laying out all the bundle parts on the table, like laying out all the planner pads and then notepads, whatever, till the table's filled. But I feel like it might be better to package up all the stickers separately, including the sticker sheet and bookmark, because that way too they're not sliding around in the package. Like I'm scared stickers might go over the edge of something and get bent or whatever. And it just is kind of easier laying out all the little stickers if I just do it in advance. I don't know. So that's what we're doing. They're going in little 5x7 sleeves, and then they can be added to everything else. And I can tell this is going to take me forever. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to build 100 of this bundle, then move on to the other design and do 100, just in case that's all I have time for. I'm still going to sell 400 total, but I might not have time to assemble all the buttons before the shop update. Rip Chode chair, gone but never forgotten. And I am taping these shut. I'm just doing like the stacks I've laid out, and then I tape them all shut. Then lay out some more. Yeah. And what's nice about this is I get to sit for a bit. Bay hunch. Hey, 2 sticker packs on that one. Are these sticking together or what? That's the second time I've done that. Someone's gonna get extra stickers. No way, exactly enough washi. It just always feels like we're missing something because all the stickers and bookmark are in here. Well, I got 100 bundles done on the live stream and then started making the small packs for the next design. Because although I want to do 200 of each, I figured let's do 100 of one design, then 100 of the other, and that way I at least have some of each before the shop update, and I can always build more bundles during the shop update, which is not ideal, but I've done it before. So down here we have some of the Froggy Chaos in the bin on the floor, and then one shelf on the rack, and then this shelf will be the other design. And maybe it's for the best that I'm not building them all in advance, because where am I going to store them? But yeah, it's after supper now, and I've continued working on the bundles. I got through 100 of these, and then started putting together paint froggies. They stack a little nicer because the washi isn't as thick. Oh, and Miss Mannequin got some hair. This is her store, her little vendor's table where she's selling stuff. And I've gotten 100 Paint Froggies bundles done. So overall I'm done half, which is not ideal, but that's good progress. That's 200 bundles I did today. Not bad. Okay, it is Sunday. I didn't film anything yesterday because I was focused on buckling down, getting some final things done. I graded a lot of pins and focused on the back end, like the spreadsheet and listings and all associated tasks. Also realized I forgot to photograph a couple stickers, so I was taking more pictures, things like that. But we're good enough to go because it's now Sunday. It's shop launch day. Am I ready? No. But I'm ready enough. Ideally, I would have given myself 2 more days to get tasks done. But I know if I gave myself 2 days going into this, I probably wouldn't have worked as hard as I did and worked as late as I did. And I probably would have been in the same spot, honestly. So there's more pins to go through, both in terms of quality checking and just pinning them to their cards. The room is an absolute disaster. I haven't gone through all the journals. Like, ideally, I would unbox them and just look at them in their plastic sleeve to be like, oh, does that look okay? I'm just hoping there's not too many B grades. I'm withholding 50 of the journal as like a just in case. And then for the enamel pins, I just looked at the pins I've opened so far and looked at their A to B ratio and just applied that ratio to the full stock with a bit of wiggle room. There's like a 50 pin wiggle room where there's like 50 that are not listed at all, just in case the A to B ratio is a bit off. Also, I didn't plan on listing all the B grade pins for this shop update, but there were unfortunately a lot of B grades for certain designs, so I have listed those. But I do want to withhold some for B grade mystery bundles later in the year for Black Friday. I want to do those bundles. So I want some pins for that. So withholding some. Oh, and then Little Creep, I'm also listing a B grade just because there were so many B grades and I didn't end up with very many A's. So I added a listing for those. Oh, and the other big task that's not done is building the rest of the bundles because it took me a whole day to do 200, so it would probably take me another whole day to do the next 200. I'm hoping I can just squeeze it in evenings, which will be tough because I also need to edit this vlog. I haven't edited any of it yet. So I'll be busy. I'll be busy like all day, every day for the next while.
4 out of 5 lights on.
Yeah, I know it's 4 out of 5. I'm trying to get the 5th one to come on. I tried moving over here for better lighting, but it's still a little dark. Sometimes the light above the art table acts up. Anyway, today is mostly just going to be admin kind of stuff. Like, as always on shop launch day, I prep an email to go out and make a graphic for social media being like, oh, shop update, new stuff out now. And I did that already this morning, so that's good to go. But like once the shop is open, I need to monitor my emails in case there's some kind of issue I need to resolve with like the website itself, the back end. Or, you know, sometimes people just made a typo in their address and I gotta fix it. Or maybe people place more than one order and they want it combined, so they've emailed me for that. I'll also have to combine hold orders because I have the hold feature on my website now, and so I have a pretty long list of orders right now that have holds on them, and so I'm expecting all those holds to release today or tomorrow, within the next few coming days. With the Froggie collection, people are going to place those Froggie orders and release the holds, and so I kind of want to focus today on combining those orders and like doing the necessary shipping refunds, although sometimes that requires me packing the order to see how much I need to refund. If they qualify for free shipping, then it's easy. Oh, and speaking of the free shipping, I've lowered the free shipping threshold for the US back down to what it was before, which is 130 Canadian dollars. Just because the tariffs have gone down recently. They were supposed to go back up a little bit, but haven't. So I didn't drop the free shipping threshold initially, but I think it's safe to do it now. I'll keep an eye on things, but the way I do the US tariff stuff is it's prepaid for you, and so the tariff pricing is added to the product pricing. But because the products cost more, you reach that free shipping threshold faster. Therefore, I had to increase the free shipping threshold on the US. But now it's back down to what it was before. Because right now the tariffs are only 10%, and that's not on everything. The tariff does apply to most of my products, but there are a few things it doesn't apply to, like a coloring book, sticky note, bookmarks, art prints. That might be everything. Unfortunately, not notepads, but like the coloring book, yes. The journal, no. Because like they're both books. Like the journal and the coloring book are both books, and a notepad is kind of a book, but they're not classified the same. Because the coloring book is considered actual printed book, which is tariff-free, but the journal, no. Anyway, it's a low tariff, so it doesn't affect the pricing that much. It's currently 10:12 a.m., so everything's releasing in less than 2 hours. I want to focus on tidying up a bit in here, because this room is froggy chaos. It is chaos and it's froggies, so it's froggy chaos. And I need to get more products set up at the packing station with their barcodes. The barcodes are printed off. I printed them off a different way this time. Instead of using the Label Tech barcode generator, which is just like a website, I used a Shopify app because I came across a TikTok of someone doing their barcodes that way. So you can just like select your products and generate the barcodes based on the SKUs and then print them off. That made it a lot easier, actually. It won't work for the apparel variants, but it works for everything else. I would say my only complaint is the spacing between the text and the barcode seems large, but I have it as low as it can go. And there was no option to bold the text. That would have been nice, because my existing ones have nice bold lettering, but this just made it so much easier, especially when I'm tight on time. So these need to be put in their appropriate locations, which often involves sticking them to a little piece of card, because I do a lot of Velcro here, so that I can change out what products are in what bins and move the barcodes accordingly. Froggy Chaos. Oh, it does have its divider. Yay. Just need to put the barcode on it. Oh, and I want to show you my graphics. Sorry, I'm all over the place right now, but this is the graphic I made for social media. The colors. The colors, man. This collection, the colors are elite. When everything's laid out together, Okay, so there's that. And then I also put that in the email as like the main photo. And then there's like a few products in there. Okay, and then there's another photo I made with the new stuff. Everything, like all the restock pins are there except for Luna Green. But that's the email. And here's the website. We got the new banner with some updated photos. And I updated some of the photos for the product collections, because some of them I had 2 photos in them to highlight 2 different products to show more variety. But when you're scrolling on mobile, it's really confusing because it looks like 2 separate images. So I made it so there's just like 1 image behind each banner there. Yeah, except for some of the stuff at the bottom I just left. But, yeah. And when you click new at the top, it shows everything here. Wow, wow. I organized a lot of the collections. Some of them are just sorted by new, but other ones I manually sort to show the products in the order I want. So there you have it. This stuff's not new per se, but it's newly restocked. At the bottom there. Got the B grade coloring books listed. Yeah. Okay. Wee. Oh, look at me saying we again. I'm telling you, I keep doing that lately. We and wahoo. It's a me. And now for the chaos that is this room. Not too bad over here, but it gets a lot worse the further we go. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I stole her sweater. I'm wearing it today. And there's this surface. Like a lot of this got thrown here when I was doing the bundles. So it's just a mess. Down on the floor, there's the stuff that normally is on the desk. Bunch of pins Christian's been bringing down as he makes them. Rolly carts, B-grade coloring books, trash stuff. I'm stealing bins, so I'm dumping stuff out of bins onto the floor. All my product photography stuff is still out. So I need to clean this up. So that'll be my morning task until the shop opens, is tidy, but also like move products over to the packing station, barcode, whatever. Okay, I'm filming with the lav mic, so hopefully it sounds okay. I was struggling to think of where to begin with this cleaning. I think just getting my markers and art supplies back on the table would be the best first step. Oy. Heavy. Now, in terms of my expectations for the shop update, I don't really know what to expect. There's always my self-doubt every time of how things are gonna go. But I haven't done a big collection in a while, so that gives me hope. But also, cost of everything's going up these days. People have less expendable income, and everything in my shop is not necessities, so who knows how it'll go. Although when I was doing my inventory, I realized I have pretty respectable numbers for a lot of products, because for most things I ordered 500 of each, but then most items are in the bundles, so there's 200 there in the bundles, which leaves 300 left in the shop, minus like anything I withhold, like any B grades, or, you know, I do just keep a few of everything on hand in case someone's orders go missing. But yeah, a lot of products have around mid to low 200s for inventory, which feels a little low, but also that's kind of great. I don't think I overbought. There are some stickers I have a high quantity of that I don't know if they'll all sell. And then some prints I had, like the reprint of the Froggy Chaos, but they reprinted the whole run instead of just the ones I needed. So I have a ton of this. But it's a print. It doesn't take up much space in the room, which is nice. I do expect all the bundles to sell within a day or two, but also I have way more bundles than I normally stock. So we'll see. And there being a lot of B-grade pins actually is a little reassuring for me, because the B grades are an easier sell because you guys love the B grade discounted stuff. So that gives me hope that I will not end up with too many pins in the end. I figured that the Bat Frog is going to be the most popular. That's my prediction, is of all the Froggies, Bat Frog is the most popular in terms of pins and stickers, at least like the matching stickers of this Froggy set in particular. I think he's going to be the most popular, but I hope the other pins do well too. For some pin designs, I can easily sell 1,000, like the Halloween cats, the Luna Moth. Those have done really well, but not every pin is that popular. Like stationery I ordered 1,000 of because my previous 2 designs were so popular, but stationery pin not as popular, and so I'm left with so many. So I'm glad I just went with 500 of each of the new pin designs. And then Luna Pink is also 500. And then my restocked pins are 300 each. Okay. I'm like spinning around, like, what am I grabbing next? Oh, I don't know. The pins are eating up a lot of space, but I don't really know where to put them. The pin buckets don't stack. They do well in a shoe shelf type organizer, but those are full of stuff. Maybe I should get another shoe rack organizer specifically to put on these big shelves. Slowly but surely, everything is getting a spot in here. Big shipments always kind of float around. Things like the journals, they don't really have a home. It's like, just put them where there's space. But I've got my designated notepad area. Then I've got the sketchbooks back there. Like everything is getting slowly more organized over the years in this new space. But we've lost our home for the pin bins because they're organizers full of sticker sheets and art prints right now. So might need to get another one. This I'm just gonna slide over for now because it's gonna sit at the packing station. And then the other rolly cart that has packing supplies is gonna move out here because I'm gonna set up my second packing station over here. But not today because I'm gonna do maybe a bit of solo packing today for the hold orders. But if there's apparel items, I need to wait for Christian. So he's still working on pins today. and there's an F1 race in the afternoon. So he's going to do the pins while watching that. And then maybe he can make a few apparel things for me. If not today, then for sure tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll also be solo packing. But then we're going to focus on orders that don't have made to order apparel and just get a bunch of those out packing together where he's picking products and then I'm boxing them up, doing the shipping label, whatever. There'll be a bit of back and forth because he will have to do some embroidery and DTF stuff. But like for these zips, we have a bunch pre-made, but I left the stock open so that it can sell beyond what we have because we can print more transfers now that we have the X-Tool printer. And also these zips do have pretty high stock from my supplier. The blue, not as much as the gray, but I can just order more blanks if needed. Usually I don't do it this way because a lot of the blanks I buy have very low stock levels or certain sizes are always sold out. So I can't always do it this way, but it's very convenient that I'm able to do it that way this time. Oh, and I did not list my little baggies. I was just gonna throw these up for free on the website for people who want them. But I just ran out of time for like photographing, listings, whatever. Plus we haven't even gone through all the pins yet. So I'll probably drop these during the summer drop. There'll just be like a few miscellaneous things releasing a month or two from now. So this will be one of them. Woo! That drop is gonna be coloring book restock now that we don't have it for this shop update. And I do have one new item in the works that I haven't talked about on the vlogs. And then those pens will probably drop during the summer if all goes well with those. And if I do sell just DTF transfers, not on apparel, but just transfers solo, that would be a time to do it. So, you know, a few things for the summer, but not much because the next focus will be the bee collection. See, I grab stuff and then I don't know where I'm putting it. Like, what am I doing? I need to make a space for things before I grab them, but there's not space for most of this stuff right now. Maybe I also need one more of these collapsible carts. Like one stays collapsed in the furnace room until I need it, and I am currently using it, but sometimes I feel like I need a second one. A second spare. Like right now. Ooh, you know what I have here? The organizer Christian was using for DTF transfers, I took it back. That would be great for some of these like stickers and prints and things. Ooh, okay. Because yeah, a lot of my sticker stock is stored here in prints and like backing cards, bookmarks. That can't stay there though, because this will be my packing area. These tables need to be cleared off completely. Oh yeah, journals. Wait, wheel this back. I want to put some journals on here. But also B-grade coloring books. Ooh, can the shelf hold this kind of weight? Woo, I can fit all of them there. Yay! I also got to fold a bunch of brown boxes before the shop update and give some of the mailers to Christian to fold. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot left to do. You know what? The bubble wrap can stay over here for now because I'll use it for some of the packing. This just came with some product I bought and I cut it all up into squares so that I can reuse it to pack stuff for orders. I don't buy bubble wrap to pack orders, so if you ever see it in an order, it's reused from something I've received. I'm actually just gonna stack it there. Ah! Ugh. And we're now 15 minutes out from the shop update. It's still a mess down here, but I'm chipping away at it. And you know what? Once I decided there just won't be any order packing today, it made me feel so much better because usually I'm stressing about getting everything done in time to start packing orders in a timely manner on launch day. How about we just don't worry about starting packing on launch day and then I can take my time getting organized, responding to emails, whatever. So this is the configuration we're going with. Tables in square formation, cart beside it. It could also just tuck against this table. That works too. But this is a little closer to all the order packing, which is nice. This will have to sit on the tables because where else is it gonna go? But I plan for the rest of the table to be empty, so work in progress there. The crinkle, rather, will be over at the other packing station. Down at the bottom here, there used to be the large squeaky seamstress print, but I moved it out of there. Why should it take up prime real estate when no one's buying it, you know? And I had to fit the 2 sticker sheets on here and bookmarks. I did have to demote one product, which is these sticker sheets, but I don't have very many left. So it's tucked over here with the square prints. And I put my barcodes on those items. A lot of other things still need their barcodes added, but we'll get to that. I moved around some things down here, some sticky notes that were there, moved to the other side so all the sticky notes are together. And then the new notepads are up on the higher shelf so that we don't have to bend down even further to grab them. We don't have to go way down. And right now I'm grabbing a bunch of this small stuff that's up here. This is just excess stock, and I'm putting it into these cubbies, and then I can move that cubby out of here. But right now I want to reset the order counter to 0 so we can see how many orders are coming in today. And you know, in the past I complained how the Shopify order counter, they removed the ability to set a custom date range. Well, I submitted feedback to them requesting they bring the feature back, and they did. I got an email 2 or 3 weeks ago responding to my comment being like, we've added the feature back. So let me see here. Custom date range, there it is, yay! So for today, I can just have it set to today. But as of tomorrow, the week rolls over. So if I even try to go week to date, it won't work. I need the custom date range, yes. Also, the shop's closed right now, but I have 66 open orders. So that's a lot. That's mostly stuff that has holds, but also just any orders that came in over the last few days that don't have holds. It's 11:50, 10 minutes out. Okay, according to my live view, there are 98 people on the website right now. I'm gonna remove the password protection. Woo! Hopefully everything's good. Here we go. I know this live view lags a bit in terms of the orders coming through, so I wonder, oh, 104 people. I wonder how up to date it is. And the email is going out right now. That should also bring some people to the shop who may have forgotten about the shop update. 126 visitors right now. 4 people have checked out based on my total number of orders, but this view saying 1 purchased. So it's lagging a bit, but it's coming through slowly but surely. Order counter hasn't ticked up yet, but that also is delayed. I'm sitting here trying to do the math. 73 minus 66. Okay, we've had 7 orders. It's 12:01. Yeah, this screen's lagging. It shows 3 orders and then total sales $12.95. That can't be right. Order counter is sleeping. Interestingly, this view has said 0 orders this whole time until now. It just jumped to 7, although it said purchased 1. So orders 0, but number of customers who had purchased 1. Okay, maybe I should stop looking at this view. It ain't accurate. Let me just go to my home page instead, where it shows, if I switch to today, apply, 7 orders. That's not right either. I've gone up from 66 to 87. That's more than 7. I guess we can just chill for a few minutes. Wait for the order counter to start updating. How anticlimactic. Give me my numbers now. The vlog wants to know. At least this number here does update in real time, which is nice. But that started at 66. Oop, it's jumping. 143, woo! It's currently 12:05. I'm gonna stay down here for a little bit, just keep monitoring, make sure nothing's going wrong. And once I feel confident that there's no major disasters, I can go have lunch. And when I say no major disasters, I mean at least on the front end, in terms of what the customers are experiencing. There can always be things going wrong on the back end. Oh, I have 1 email. I finally hear it going up. At 12:07, it's finally updating. Oh, it's exactly 100. How cute. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we're officially 10 minutes into the shop update. We're in the 170s. Thank you guys so much. That is amazing for first 10 minutes. Wow. I just ate my food and came back down. It's 12:25, so we're 25 minutes into the shop update, and we're at 254 orders. Thank you. It starts with the 25. 25 minutes in. Aha. Aha. Oh. Okay, well, that was a pretty big jump. Okay. Well, then, thank you. Now time to get to some emails. We hit 300, and it's 12:32. Woo! Interesting thing I'm seeing on my end all the orders that have come through, they've been authorized but not paid for. Because I set my authorization to manual so that the Shopify Flow app could check the fraud alert and then capture payment, but it hasn't captured payment on any of the orders. Now I think I can just bulk do that, hopefully. Okay, the Flow app is showing that they are experiencing issues. I'm just going to turn off the Flow fraud checker thing for now. That way payments get captured right away. And I can turn it back on later. And speaking of which, that has saved my shop from that person who kept using my store to test stolen credit cards. I haven't had any issues with that since I made these tweaks, so that's good. Okay, it's 2:30. I thought I was done with combining orders for now, but I was like, oh, what if there are some the software didn't catch? Because in ShipStation, there'll be like an alert on the side being like, oh, these people placed more than one order. Consider combining those orders. I went through that list, but then I decided, well, let's see. So I went to my normal order page and I have a tab that only shows me orders that have a release my order in them. And there were 15 more in that list that the software did not catch. I don't know why. I wonder if maybe some of these orders are just too old. Like this one hold I'm looking at here, they placed their first order February 11th. So maybe that's why the software didn't catch it, because the first order is just that old. The holds are only supposed to be for 3 months, but I allowed them to extend past 3 months just because the Froggie update kept getting pushed back, and I knew people were waiting for the Froggie update to release the holds. So it's been a little longer than 3 months. But before I get to combining these 15 orders, let's take a look at some stats. It's 2:30, so we're 2.5 hours into the shop update. We have 433 orders. Now let me look at my inventory counts to see where we're at. So Orange Frog I know sold out within minutes. I had 100 of it too. Originally it was just 50, but then I got another 50. So there were 100 Orange Froggies. They're gone. If there's enough demand, maybe I could officially order some, but we do have green artist frogs, so I don't know if I want to order more stickers that are going to compete with the green one. But a lot of Orange Froggie fans out there. Now the B grade coloring books, it shows there are only 2 left in stock. There were about 17 to start with. The zips are sitting at -24. So I had 70 some listed. That means those all sold plus 24 more. So I'll have to order in some more blanks and get printing some more transfers. What else? Oh yeah, I noticed the inventory for Gothic Froggie stuff was wrong. There was about 100 sticky notes left and 100 washies, and I was like, whoa, those really sold. Then I thought, wait a minute, did I subtract 200 for the inventory for bundles? But those are not in the bundles, so I had to add the 200 back. So that's why those looked dangerously low for a minute there. Because yeah, for a lot of products, I had to do my calculations of, okay, I'm listing 97% of the product, but also have to factor in that 200 of each thing is in the bundles, and yeah. And speaking of the bundles, the Paint Froggie bundle, we have 93 left in stock out of the 200, and for Froggie Chaos, we have 75 left in stock out of 200. So Froggie Chaos was a little more popular, but there's still a good amount left, which is nice. It's not like it's something that sold out in the first 10 minutes. It's giving people more time to grab the bundles if they so choose, because once the bundle sold out, I'm not making more. It's kind of like an early bird deal where, you know, there's 200 of each and it's 20% off everything in the bundle, but once they're gone, and you just have to get everything individually if it's still in stock. Okay, the digital Froggies, like Paint Froggies, they all have about the same amount of inventory left for the stickers. They didn't all start with exactly the same number, so I'm not sure how they compare, but they're all around 160 some in stock, except Bowfrog's 177, Stack Frog is 179. Of the Froggie Chaos stickers, it seems like Pen Cup is the least popular, but I expected that. The Pen Cup's fun with other stickers, but alone it's not that exciting. And in terms of sticker sheets, there's roughly equal inventory left between the two designs, although Froggie Chaos, once again, a little more popular. Same goes for washi. I was rudely cut off because the memory card filled up because I had the wrong memory card in here. I was just going to say, for the bookmarks, there are actually fewer Frog Stack ones left compared to Froggie Chaos. But But I did also have more B grades of that, so the inventory level started lower too. Okay, 87 Froggy Chaos sold and 74 of the stack sold. So Froggy Chaos was actually more popular for the bookmarks. Same with sticky notes. Froggy Chaos a little more popular. Seems to be that way across the board, but not to an extreme degree, which is nice. I was worried, like, what if one design's way more popular than the other and then there's just none of one design left? But the split's pretty good. Because I always want enough that things are not going to sell out right away, because otherwise people are left disappointed. But also I don't want to buy too much and then it takes forever to sell. And you never know which designs are going to resonate more with people and what's actually going to sell more. So it's always a bit of a gamble, but so far it's looking good. Now I will get back to combining orders. So in ShipStation, which is the software I use to purchase the shipping labels, I have these 3 tabs here for orders. So there's all orders, and I have one with no holds and one with release. So the first thing I do is I click release just to see if anyone released any orders that day. And if so, I can deal with that, combine the orders. Most days there's nothing there though. And once that's done, I just go to the no holds tab and pack all the orders that are there. And I have a filter on it, obviously, to remove any orders that have holds, so those will not show up in this tab. Because when I tried to do holds in the past, it was so cumbersome and things got lost and it was just really hard to track everything. But this makes it much easier. Oh, and the way I'm able to sort by hold or release is that those are items people have to add to their cart, so I can just search for that SKU, and that's how the filters are created. Okay, well, now I can do more of my cleaning and organizing. Maybe I'll get to some editing tonight, who knows? Even if it's just for an hour, that would help a lot. I'm going to focus on the barcodes next. So when a product is discontinued, I hang on to its little cardboard thing with the Velcro. That way we can reuse the Velcro strips. So I'm going to pull all of these out. And the reason I scan barcodes when packing orders is to make sure I don't miss a product, especially if it's more than quantity 1. It can be easy to miss that it's a multiple quantity. But just also to make sure I grab the right thing. Like, I've got Forest Cuddles sticker sheet, but I've also got a Forest Cuddles sticker. And what if I grab the wrong one, you know? The barcode makes sure I grab the right one. Now, some of these do still exist, but they originally had a numerical barcode, and I changed it to just being text. WT Hallcats, that's the SKU, and that's also what the barcode is. I've been slowly trying to replace all my barcodes that started with a leading 0 because it messes up my spreadsheets. When I download information from ShipStation, it'll drop the leading 0s and messes everything up, so I'm slowly phasing those out. Now the barcodes I have are 1 by 2 inch. They're honestly a little too tall because I like the cardboard to be quite skinny so that when you reach into a bin, the cardboard doesn't stick out above. You can't see what I'm pointing at. So it doesn't stick out above this, like you don't want your hand catching on the label. So I keep the labels really short. For bins like this, it has a larger label area, so it doesn't matter as much, but for these ones it does matter. And these guys down here. So there is some trimming involved. Let's see how this works. Maybe trim a little extra off. Could probably just stick it on and then trim it. Sticky note Gothic Frog. I almost should stick a blank label on here and then the new one because I'm scared the barcode lines down underneath are going to show through a bit. Because I can see through the label a little bit, but will that matter for the scanner? Oh. Yeah, I am going to cover them with a blank label first. I realized I never posted my social post that I made, that image I made this morning. I never posted it to socials, so I did that just now. 4 hours late, woohoo! Yeah, I could probably just print these onto cardstock instead of doing it this way, but whatever. I think someone wants some pets, but I'm not sure. I just noticed a video was looping back there. Edgar! What is that? Rat undies? I gotta go look. Bailey's newest merch. I didn't even see this. I came to Blue Sky, I made my post, I walked away, and apparently this bumped. No, that's the rat collection. That's the secret upcoming collection. That merch is exclusive to my Patreon members. Since we have two bow frogs, this one officially is Bow Frog. And then this one, I decided to call it Ribbon Frog. Originally I was calling it Spool Bow Frog, but Ribbon Frog. Ribbon ribbit. Okay, I'm missing a few barcodes somehow. Froggy palette and Artist Frog, YBBY, paint splotch. And what is this for? Oh, Bunkin. I need a Bunkin one as well. Okay. We have a rare sighting of Midna, and she's on the upper patio shelf. I removed the cushion because they would never use that shelf anymore ever since I added that cushion. I removed the cushion and now they're using the shelf again. What do you know? She loves eating spider webs. That was so cute. Oh, I just noticed we've surpassed 500! Woo! This is making me realize I never laid out the B grade pins. Maybe they can just go up here. This stuff doesn't need to be up here at all. And maybe the big prints here can turn sideways. And I'm now realizing I didn't print off a B grade for these. The other designs, the B grades are not pinned on their backing cards yet, so that can stay empty for now. It's now the next day, Monday morning. The room is clean. Whoa, let's take a look. So at the packing station here, I stacked this stuff here because originally the table square was right up to here, but I remembered that I have to push this table down to fit Rick. He's gonna move over there. So I just had to fill this space with something small because even the stacking bins like this are too big. So I just have some bins stacked, and then the sleeves are there, and then bins of orders go here. The crinkle paper will also live up here for today, since I'm packing orders solo today. Then this card is moved back over there, just because the tables had to get pushed down, so that there's no longer room to have it at the end here. This one's living here for now. I thought it would be closer to the secondary packing station, but there's really not much on there that I need to grab a lot. Like, the poly mailers I rarely use. Like I use those bags when I'm bagging up orders, but that's about it. That doesn't need to be near me. I guess I'll need the stickers. That's one thing I'll steal. The pins that were all on the floor are still on the floor, but just over there. There are a few. Oh no, there were some up there. I guess I moved them. But some also, like as I filled the packing station, a bin might have been half full and I consolidated bins, so there just are fewer bins of pins out and about. That's where that stuff is. The table is moved over here. It's cleared off except for the pins, and then I've got bundles underneath, but it's off to the side so I can still put all my boxes on the floor because I like to do the brown ones down here and then the white literature mailers go up here. So the secondary packing station is not fully set up. Like I don't have any of the tech stuff out just because I'm not using that today, but the furniture is at least arranged and ready for that. Even the crink bin, which I will steal and put beside the other packing station. But look, green and pink crink. Could have maybe gone with a more vibrant pink, but I feel like it would have been too vibrant. But this is the best I could do for a light green, was lime green, so it's a little vibrant. But it matches the Froggie collection. And then the bundle building stuff got put up here for now, because I need to clear off that table. And I think it's fine being up here for now. I'm not going to be putting anything on the table that I need for order packing, so that's fine. And that can be my space where I do build more bundles, because I will have to build more throughout the order packing time. And then over here kind of looks the same. It's not really any cleaner. I'm going to start off my day by getting to a few emails that came in overnight, and I have some more hold orders that were released, so I can combine those orders. And maybe get in a teensy bit of editing, because I didn't do any last night. Oh yeah, I also want to get some DTF transfers printing, because we sold a lot of zips. This feels so flat and open without a tall cart in the middle of the room. Ooh, ooh. Anyway, I edited for about a little over an hour. Printer's running at the moment, so it's going to be a little loud. The first thing I'm going to pack is the batch of orders that have released holds, and I'm going to select all the orders just to see how many B-grade pins are in there, because the B-grade pins are not pinned on their backing cards yet, except for Bow Frog. So I'm going to see how many Bat Frogs and Paint Splotch Frogs there are, and I'll quickly go grab those. They're upstairs. And I'll pin them real quick. Okay, 6 Bat Frogs, 4 Paint Splotch Frogs. Oh, and here's where the order counter's at. 643! Custom date ranges are back, baby! I like to think it was because of me that the feature came back. Or at least partially. They match the tape. Strawberry lemonade. Now, typically I mark the corner with a B, but instead we're just going to do a little dot. Mainly because Christian doesn't know how to write the letter B. He writes a 13. So this time I said, I'll just do a dot. And you know what? The dot is sufficient. These don't really have a bin yet. I'll just set them beside the little creep print over here. That'll do for now. Bow Frog's up here. And this thing, this came with our new dining room chairs. It's a really long bin, and it fits the pins nicely. And you know what? I really could pull that forward and just have it overlap the table, box myself in. I'll have a little exit, but this will be closer, which is nice. Like this. And maybe Christian would like that too. He can do it however he wants when he packs. But look at that. And I have this here for now, for today. And I think I'm also going to go and steal those boxes back and just put them up here. Oh, I also need to give Christian some of these to fold if he's got time. He's heat pressing and embroidering. I have the Froggie tape all ready to go in here, but I gotta take it out so I can fold some brown boxes. This saves me a bit of money because this tape is a lot less expensive than the custom printed ones, which run me like $50 a roll. Also, it's a little bit wider, which is nice for the bottom of the box. A little extra stability. Oh, and this is all I've printed for DTF transfers, just so that there's not the noise while I'm vlogging. I can print more later while I'm just going hard on the packing. Okay, I have 3 stacks of boxes here, and then I have one more over there. There's one size bigger, but I'm only going to fold that as I need it. All right, let's start with Caitlin's order. The hold and release come through as physical items, so I scan these barcodes to fulfill them. I'm wearing an earbud connected to this computer right now, so you won't hear the confirmation pling noises, but I hear them. Luna Moth, Winter Bun. I experimented with rounding the corners on these. Some of the winter buns have rounded corners. Christian's been pulling out apparel as needed. These were all pre-made, and then nearly all of the floral zips were pre-made as well. So he just pulls them out as needed. But I need an ivory froggy. Yeah, this one. Froggie palette. Then Gothic Froggie sticky note. Froggie Chaos art print. Bat Frog pin. The Froggie Chaos journal. And a Froggie Chaos zip. There we go. No, there's no UPC because the SKU is this, but there's a separate generic barcode, which is just Zip XL. And I forgot to add that in my initial spreadsheet, but I went back and added it in ShipStation before the orders ever came in. But I guess that didn't register. Why, cruel world? I also need one of each bundle. The new crank! And the new 3D sticker, which is the marker frog. The first box with the new tape. It's a little hefty, so I decided to H-seal it. Wow! Thank you, Caitlin. For the zips, I see what I did. I entered it under fulfillment SKU, not under UPC. Now I should be able to make this change and then check a box that says apply changes to open orders. I'll do that for each size variant, and that should, in theory, apply to the existing orders. Thankfully, there are only 8 variants because there's only one color option per size. It's not like those shop updates where I'm adding hundreds of SKUs. It's a lot simpler. Let's pack Natalia's order, then I'm gonna get some lunch. Radbacks, the last test tube. Boxy tea, Froggie, lavender. Coloring book. Water cup frog sticker. Froggie palette sticker. Paint splotch frog sticker. Forest Cuddles sticker sheet. Frog stack bookmark. Both new notepads. Bow frog sticky note. Gothic frog sticky note. Paint frog washi. Paint splotch pin. Frog stack sticker. Bat frog sticker. Artist frog sticker. Gothic frog washi. Paint froggy sticker sheet. Winter ephemera. Strawberry. Luna moth. Froggie Chaos. And the Froggie Chaos print. Thank you, Natalia. It's not letting me print the label. Generic error code from Canada Post. And then I tried again and it says backend service temporarily unavailable. That's my cue to go have lunch. Okay, next up is Jessica's order. We got Luna Pink Crew on the blue and a Froggie Tea on the purple. Protest button. These have been off the site for a while now, but it was from a hold order, so there's that. Then Critters and Characters coloring book. Bunkin pin. Luna Pink pin. Bow Frog pin. The journal. And Froggie Chaos bundle. I should check how those bundles are doing. Both still in stock. 34 Froggy Chaos and 66 Paint Froggies.
It looks like you're locked in a little cage.
I kind of am. This is my cubicle. Thank you very much.
Oh, sure.
I'm having enrichment time in my enclosure. Oh, and that label that wouldn't print, it did print when I came back. Now Debbie's order. Scan the hold and release. Coloring book. Bat frog pin. Bow frog pin. Scrolling. Paint splotch frog pin. Luna pink. Both bookmarks. And the journal. I've got 4 bags of orders, and I've printed off the manifest because it's 4 o'clock, you know, just in case they come by closer to 4. But I'm going to keep packing orders, and whatever else I pack today can go out tomorrow. So I did continue packing orders solo that night up until I went to bed. And at one point, I only had 2 orders left. I was like, sweet, I'm almost done for the night. And I look at one of the orders. It had 98 items in it. There were a few big ones. One had 67 items. One had like low 80s for number of items and 98. But I guess with like so many die cut stickers and prints, bookmarks, lots of small stuff, it can be kind of easy to get to those high numbers. So thank you guys so much for all the support, regardless of your order size. I just thought that was a funny moment where I'm like, I'm almost done. Oh, no, I'm not. The footage you're watching is from Tuesday, and I am recording this voiceover on Tuesday as well. It's 7 p.m. and we're sitting at 707 orders. So thank you so, so much for all your support once again. It blows me away every time. I always wonder what I did to deserve this. I'm not worthy, but I appreciate it so much. Seriously, seriously. And looking at stock levels here, the bundles are both still in stock as of the time I'm recording this. 19 Froggy Chaos left, and then 51 Paint Froggies left. The coloring book is dangerously low stock. There are 12 left for physical copies. I'm just so sad because I was so on the ball ordering a restock in a timely manner before I had sold out of the first copy. I was already ordering more, and then they went and disappeared. Well, they were intentionally not delivered by UPS and are lost somewhere in the United States. Woohoo! Then there's the Froggie Zip, which is currently sitting at -67. So I had listed somewhere in the low 70s for stock, and I've sold 67 beyond that. So nearly double. And that's about all I have to tell you for notable inventory counts. Now, in terms of the packing setup here, it gives you a good idea of the dual setup we got going on. So Christian grabbing products, scanning them in, and then he puts them in a bucket along with their packing slip, and there's a barcode on the packing slip. So he can scan that to bring up the order while he's scanning everything, and then I scan it to bring it up again, and that way there's no mixing up of orders, because I have done that in the past prior to the barcode system, where I ship two people each other's orders by mistake. This method just ensures that I'm bringing up the correct order on my screen for when I'm packing everything. So I consolidate the customs forms if needed and put everything in a box, add the freebie sticker, thank you card, seal it all up, print the label, slap it on. And my setup is slightly different this time because I put the scale on the table beside me instead of on my working table because it gets real squishy. Plus, when the printer prints out the shipping labels, it would print into the box sitting on the scale. So I'm taking up some of the white table space with the scale, but it's working very nicely. And we absolutely flew through orders today with no hiccups. And we were through 100 orders by around 5:30, and we had a bit of a late start. Christian was doing a little bit of embroidering, folding boxes, that kind of stuff. We're just getting set up for the day. So that's really good, and maybe some days we can do more than 100. That'd be nice. But also there's going to be the odd day where I send him to the embroidery room to make more apparel, because for this packing day, I specifically filtered out any orders that had made to order apparel in them. So if there was a Froggie zip, fine, or if there was a floral zip, fine, because those were pre-made. But anything else, we filtered out so that we weren't packing any of those orders today. But at some point, he is going to have to go make all that apparel, so there will be some days still where I'm packing solo. So overall, the shop update's been going off mostly without a hitch, just a few minor things on the back end that I mixed up with, like the zip SKUs, and there were some items where I forgot to print off their new barcode, so I had to go run to the computer, do that last minute. And there was a mistake on my end where I realized I packed a wrong sweater in an order, and the mail pickup already happened, so the sweater was already sent off. So I quickly packed up the proper sweatshirt, so the person's gonna get what they ordered, but they're gonna get also an extra sweater. And that's because the barcode system is only checking for the style of the garment and the size. It's not checking for the design. That's up to me to double check, and I screwed up. But other than that, it's been going really well so far. And I'm gonna end this vlog here because it's already really long. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for ordering, and I'll see you in the next one. What? I thought we weren't going to have these in time, but some of them are here. I received one box out of 12. So I don't know when the rest are coming, but they can't be too far behind. And this is also exciting because I could at least get product photos